was never on my level, your shit where my dick is. I'm located in different angles in Florida, Kissimmee. Elevated my real estate, building lofts in my kitchen. Whipping chicken, smoking a spliffy, I spark till I'm dizzy. I'm too busy making these shots, no cross when I dribble. I got bitches on top of bitches, I'm already famous. If you diss me, then it's an issue. I'm parked by your neighbors. I will never change who I am or my thoughts on religion. Simple tatter up on my body with scars on my vision. Dealt with different women, we kicked it a minute, no feelings. My decisions is not reflected on bitches that's tricking. It's contingent in palm business and flipping my digits.
Yo, man, y'all know what time it is. I'm back with another one. And this time, the latest news is Grizzley done impregnated his auntie and he had her murdered. But that's allegedly. I got some stuff I want to play for y'all that happened maybe about, let's say about 4 or 5 years ago. How they was trying to say that 42 Doug and the Sada baby beef had led to T Grizzly auntie getting killed. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, so I'm gonna get into this content and we're gonna play this for a little bit just to refresh y'all memory. And then I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna play something else so y'all can hear that.
Gaining attention, drama and past beef can escalate into an all-out war. 42 Doug and Sada Baby are two rising rappers from Detroit who are locked into a deadly beef that has claimed countless lives, including the innocent family members of another rapper who got caught in the middle of their beef. Let's get right into it. 42 Doug is a popular rapper from the 6 Mile area on the east side of Detroit. Doug's history in the streets is well documented and he's a respected artist in the city. He has ties to the 6 Mile 42 Hustle gang, a set of the Crips. Not much is known about Doug's childhood, but what's clear is that he's been in the streets from an early age. In 2010, at just age 15, Doug was sentenced to 4 years in prison for carjacking and possession of a firearm. After getting into a fight with another inmate, Doug was sentenced to an additional 2 years and spent a total of 6 years locked up. Doug has stated in interviews that he started rapping while he was locked up and decided to go hard with his music career after being released. Doug was already respected in the city, so he easily built a local buzz. But blowing up from the Detroit rap scene isn't easy. Only a few artists from Detroit like Eminem or Big Sean have managed to make it to a mainstream level, and if Doug wanted to be the next rap superstar, he'd have to collab with popular artists outside the city. So Doug did just that, and after meeting Lil Baby in a dice game, he was featured on the tracks We Paid and Grace from the Atlanta Rappers 2020 album My Turn.
So the reason why I believe that this is a setup by T Grizzley, I think he played both ends against the middle to get what he needed done. So
This exposed Doug to a whole new audience and pushed his career to new limits. He also became cool with another music industry veteran, Yo Gotti, and signed to his label CMG. Doug is also signed to Lil Baby's 4PF label, so he was able to push himself into both the Atlanta and the Memphis rap scenes while being mentored by some of the biggest names in the industry. Things were looking good for 42 Doug, and it seemed like he would be the next major rapper to hold it down for Detroit. But Doug isn't the only artist blowing up in the city. Another rapper who's a sworn enemy of the 42 Hustle gang, named Sada Baby, was also blowing up around the same time. Sada Baby is from the 7 Mile area of East Detroit.
So y'all remember the beef with between Sada Baby and T Grizzley. Sada Baby was saying T Grizzley was teaming up with his ops. Let's keep going.
Unlike Doug, Sada Baby was not in the streets from such an early age and gravitated toward the lifestyle later on. He started rapping at age 19 and would freestyle for a few hours every day to practice. But after 3 years, the music still wasn't paying the bills and he was forced to live at his grandma's house and get a job. It wasn't until he was 22 or 23 that he decided to join the gang and became affiliated with the Red Zone Bloods in his neighborhood. Sada Baby has faced a lot of backlash for joining the gang at an older age. Most active gang members jump off the porch before they're 18, and joining the gang at 22 in many places isn't allowed. There's also the fact that Sada Baby's cousin, I Swear Vezo, is a Crip from another area of Detroit, and they've collaborated on music and videos together in the past. But in an interview with Hip Hop DX, the rapper explained that their relationship went deeper than the streets, and they respected each other too much to beef over gang affiliation. But even if he started gangbanging at an older age, Sada Baby still reps the Bloods and is one of the most popular rappers coming out of Detroit. This means that he inherited any beefs his gang.
So Sada Baby is repping the Bloods, and 42 Doug is allegedly repping the Crips, right, as they say. So now we know Sada Baby said that T Grizzley was teaming up with the ops, and Sada Baby felt like, you know, that was the wrong thing to do because he was signed to his label, right? So As we dig further into this old beef, and I'm gonna show you how it relates to
He
the
has
new
the rival
shit.
sets, including the 4-2 Hustle Boys.
Watch.
These two gangs have been at war for over 15 years. The 7 Mile Bloods were originally the dominant group in the area and had beef with most of the other local gangs, including the 4-2 Crips. The beef began to change around 2014 after a shooting outside a parole office led to an all-out war. Two Hustle gang members, known as 4-2 Twins, crossed paths with a member of the 7 Mile Bloods outside the building where they all had appointments to meet with their parole officers. The 4-2 Twins jumped into a car with other members of their gang and were chased by the ops. The Bloods opened fire, hitting one of the 4-2 Twins and another Hustle gang member in the car. Both the 4-2 Twins survived the shooting, but Dewan Neff Page, the other dude who was shot, ended up going into a coma and later dying. Several members of the 7 Mile Bloods were picked up for the shooting. The 4-2 Twins were supposed to testify in court against their ops, but refused to take the stand at the last minute. After Page's death, the 4-2 Hustle gang allied themselves with other enemies of the 7 Mile Bloods to challenge their control over the area and avenge the death of Neff. This resulted in a violent feud that rages to this day. So Doug and Sada Baby are sworn ops purely based on their gang affiliations. Doug and Sada Baby were never cool with each other, but there wasn't any active beef until another artist got involved. T Grizzley is another popular rapper from Detroit who has been on the scene for a minute. He first blew up back in 2016 with his track First Day Out that he recorded and released the day he got out of prison. T Grizzley was never gang affiliated, but he did grow up in the streets. He was mostly raised by his grandmother in West Detroit because his parents were constantly in and out of jail. In 2011, his mother was sentenced to 20 years for drug trafficking and his father was murdered in 2012. But despite having such a rough childhood, the rapper did his best to stay on the right path and even attended Michigan State University to study finance and accounting. But while in college, he struggled financially and began robbing other students' dorms for cash and electronics. He was eventually caught, but released while the school conducted an investigation. During that time, he and his friends went on the run and ended up robbing a jewelry store in Lexington, Kentucky. The robbery was unsuccessful, and Grizzley, along with his 3 accomplices, were arrested. He was sentenced to 9 months for the jewelry store robbing and 18 months to 15 years for the robberies at Michigan State. He was released in 2016 and blew up with his First Day Out freestyle quickly after. Ever since, he's built a name for himself as one of the leading artists in the Detroit rap scene, having collaborated with everyone from Meek Mill to Lil Durk. But just because you weren't gang affiliated doesn't mean you can't get wrapped up in gang beef. And T Grizzley has gotten himself in the middle of the war between the 6 Mile Crips and 7 Mile Bloods by playing both sides. Early in his career, T Grizzley collaborated with one of the 4-2 Twins on a track called Secrecy. But not long after, T went and signed Sada Baby to his own record label. 4-2 Twin wasn't feeling the fake love and took to social media to call.
So what I'm saying is T Grizzley could have stayed out of this. He could have stayed out of the war. He didn't have to get in it. He didn't have to do songs with people. If he wanted to bring people together, he should have found another way to do it. But what I think happened was, I think he used this to get his auntie out the way. I think he used this war as an excuse because this happened like 4-5 years ago and nobody was caught.
T Grizzley for pretending to f with him and then turn around and sign his op. T Grizzley responded by claiming that he was just trying to spread love and put some money in everyone's pocket, and he still gets accused of being fake. 4-2 Twins clearly wasn't feeling that response because he posted a photo of the rapper to Instagram with the caption, "Don't get your car."
You know, it's a saying that the old folks used to say. It's called a play, the overlay for the underlay. Snake shit.
Car flip leaving off that block. T Grizzley followed up in the comments saying that Twins reached out to him for the feature and that none of his homies f with him because he isn't real. Twins responded by claiming to have receipts proving that Grizzly messaged him first and that he's with the homies every day. So after that exchange, T Grizzley was now at the center of the beef. Coming from the streets, the rapper should have known he was going to catch some heat for signing a rapper involved in an ongoing war in the city, but he definitely wasn't prepared for what came next. The rapper would go on to collaborate with 4-2 Doug on the track MWBL in 2019, leading many to believe that the beef wasn't that serious. But as it turns out, the war was just beginning. In August 2019, Grizzly was in a black Chrysler in the 3 Mile area of East Detroit when someone sprayed the vehicle with bullets. The rapper wasn't injured in the shooting, but his 41-year-old aunt JB, who also acted as his manager, was shot and killed.
And do y'all remember?
Baby was also managed by.
Now I'm gonna stop it right there. Do y'all remember that? Now they was saying he was in the car. Now new evidence come out saying he wasn't, saying he got out the car. He was at somebody's house. According to T Grizzley, he heard shots came out and whoever he was with, family member, whoever had the gun. So, you know, I don't know, man. This don't sound right. This sound like some play shit because they didn't catch the person for like 4-5 years. And the only reason why they caught the person was because the person was from the Rat. He was affiliated with Dirk. and he got caught with the pistol that he used to do the job with. That's the only reason why he got caught. But people in Detroit, I guess, I'm not, making no assumptions or nothing, but it sounds like, well, at least the police, streets talk, streets know what's up. But the police, it seemed like to them, this is what this is about. Some gang shit, some Bloods and Crips shit, some back and forth rap shit. Man, people do some dirty shit, bro. Like, what a way to cover up some shit, to get into some shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna get into this shit. I'm gonna play like I'm doing X, Y, and Z. But really, I know these niggas gonna get at me, or it's gonna seem like they're gonna get at me for playing both sides or picking and choosing. You know how niggas be thinking. So yeah, this would be a good idea. I think if T Grizzly, we gonna say allegedly, he allegedly had something to do with his auntie killed. I would say if he did, this was the perfect way to do it. This was the perfect cover up, because this video was done 4 or 5 years ago, and as you see how they painted the picture. Like, this was for this nigga for getting in between Sada Baby and signing Sada Baby and trying to fuck with Doug at the same time. So it seemed like, niggas was at him for playing both sides in the middle, but the whole thing was it was really probably him that had this whole thing set up, and then to impregnate your auntie, come to find out this is auntie by marriage. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it'll make sense, why, you know what I'm saying? Now, the actual reason, nobody knows. Like, why would you have this lady killed? Was because she was fucking with Sada Baby? You know what I'm saying? You didn't like that? Or was it some street shit? Did she have some money, or she was planning to leave him, planning to go public about something? Because why would you? I mean, you killed her because she was pregnant? Man, that don't make sense, man. Y'all need to watch the company y'all keep, man. But I'm gonna end this and cut this short, man. I got to get out of here, man. Y'all see the thing on my nose? No, my nose is not broken. I'm just doing some silly shit. So y'all go ahead and laugh and make fun of what you got to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Put your thoughts in the comment. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Before I get up out of here, one more thing I got to show you, and then I'm up out of here. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think everybody, I saw it somewhere. We know. I can't find it. But anyway. Anywho, there's a video out that explains the whole thing. So if I were you guys, what I'll do, I would just go check it out. I will go see, what's to it, what it is, man. But y'all stay up, man. I'm finna get up out of here, man. Like I said, man, I was just doing some research, man. I came across this video that was about 4 years ago, and they was trying to say this was a Detroit war between 42 Doug, Sada Baby, Bloods, Crips. T Grizzly got into it, and then his auntie allegedly got killed because of this war. And as we find out, his auntie was not killed because of this war. It was just blamed on the war. Y'all think about that for a second. So, and that's bogus, man. To set somebody up and do somebody like that, man. That's real bogus. That's real bogus and bold, man. You got to be careful about the company you keep. You got to be careful about the people that you have surrounding you, man, and the people that you call in your circle, because them be the main ones that'll get you, man. So, man, I'm up out of here. Excuse me, man, I'm up out of here. Oh shit, losing my voice. I got to roll. So y'all, man, enjoy y'all day, man. Y'all, do what it do, man. I'm out. Probably be back with another one later on, maybe part 2, once some more shit come out. Peace.